All I hear is talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. But she be down the ride, oh, I bet.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How y'all doing, Postal family? Y'all ready to say it with me? Everybody good, everybody cool, everybody clean, everybody crisp, everybody hairy. Alright, let's talk. I need you guys to watch this video in its full entirety for the hidden gem at the end, or in the middle, or in the beginning. Nonetheless, I'm going to pass on information that I just discovered because I like to do research, and it is going to be 1000% helpful to everybody. I'm actually excited about making this video. Can't you see the excitement on my face? Good. Excitement. First off, I made a video about nepotism. Nepotism means favoritism amongst people that have power. I made this video about 2 weeks ago, maybe. And ironically, I just happened to be looking on the website of USPS, the blue pages. And amazingly, on 2/15, they posted something. USPS follows anti-nepotism rules. Y'all don't see the face. This is my straight face emoji. Come on now, they need to cut it out. Oh, in order to combat the nepotism that we have in the post office, they say that there are numbers you can call. I don't have that information. I didn't take a picture of it or anything, but there are numbers that you can call. And nepotism means you have a supervisor, a manager, a plant manager, a postmaster that gives a word of good encouragement towards getting somebody else in their family, a wife, a relative, into the post office, shows favoritism, etc. I don't need to explain that, but y'all already saw the video, I hope. But let's talk about some other things. And this, like I said, this is it. This is the whopper. Everybody has light blue. If you don't have light blue, then you don't work here yet. But everybody has light blue. And because you have light blue, every bit of information that I thought that I just secretively knew, it's on there. It's on there. It's on there, Postal family. You don't hear with Jace. That don't mean stop watching me, because I appreciate y'all. But there's some things in here that I didn't know existed. First and foremost, people that want to buy homes, buy cars, do certain things that require employee verification. This was something I had to help out one of my co-workers with, employee verification. Now, what would you need that for? Well, when you go buy a car, you buy a home, immigration, anything. They used to do it where you had to fill out a form, fax it, mail it, then wait 7 to 10 business days, and you would get it back whenever, once they decide to give it back. Now they have something new, and it goes through Equifax, and it collects all your employee data. And this right here, it's instant. And it's great because, number one, when you want to go and show, hey, I've been working at this place for X amount of years, I have this amount of, it has all the information about your work and your work, all your information about your work, all your information about your where you lived and everything. It's all on there. What's the site, Jay? Sheesh, I can't remember off the top of my head, but we'll get back to that in a second. So here's the other thing. I went on light blue, and I noticed that we have, that's definitely one of them, the employee verification. It has the information about your uniform program on here as well. I said this in one of my older videos, but the people that talk about the uniform program, there's a phone number if you're not getting your uniform, and you can actually call and then discuss it with them, and they kind of press management to make sure that your uniforms come in. It's on light blue. I'm not gonna go through all of that, like I said. It's important to always keep your address and your phone number up to date. That is extremely important, because if something ever happens to you, you need to make sure that they're able to communicate with you or a family member. And it sounds nonchalant, but in actuality, we need that, because if they had to mail you something and your information is incorrect, then you're kind of stuck. They did open postal ease back up for your allotments, so you can take all that money that you make and spread it out between all 12 of your bank accounts. No, it actually only does 4, or actually it does 3. Or if you're using like the allotments through BMG Money, where you have to pay some, or any of those places where you have access to it without having to call that phone number anymore, they opened that back up. Now, I went in here and I noticed that they are having some changes when it comes to management. Now, management is important because, number one, we have to make sure that management is us. And when management is us, it's you. They are having some career courses that are coming up for management, and some people need to make the change. The change is within us. You need to step up. Not telling everybody, but somebody. They have these training classes that tells you everything you need to know. Somebody asked me how to write a KSA and the STAR format, and it's very difficult to translate that. And for those that don't know, that's what you need if you want to step into management. But I also realized that when it comes down to the changes within the post office, there is a little thing that I've never clicked it before. And when I clicked it, it says organizational changes. And when I clicked it, this is what it said. It said streamlining operational flexibility. It also stated what's happening now. Customer relations area organizational changes. It also talks about the sorting and delivery centers that I've been talking about for the last 7-8 months. And it tells you which places are ready for the change. It has it. I'm zooming in, talking about phase 1 of Athens, Georgia. They're talking about Bryan, Texas, Gainesville, Texas, Panama, Florida, Utica, New York, Woodbourne, Massachusetts. It tells you the dates, and it gives you the read of what's actually happened. And that is on our light blue. Why is nobody telling you this? I'm telling you right now. That's what's going on. You guys need it. It's there for you to read. Leave a link, Jay. It's on light blue. I can't leave a link to light blue. Come on now. But I also realized that a lot of people have these issues with management, and it drives everybody crazy. Now, management deals with a lot on their behalf, and I 100% understand. Trust me, I understand what they have to encounter. I want you to think, if you had to deal with yourself plus 30 other people, how would you react? It's very difficult. But that does not justify management to do what they do when they tend to, berate people, when they tend to discourage people. They tend to be verbally abusive towards people, or even physically abusive towards people. Now, the word abuse can be misinterpreted. Abuse isn't, hey, they gave you an extra assignment. That's not abuse. So let's not be, children here. Because if your job is to carry mail and deliver it, that's what your job is. Oh, well, why they didn't tell Jerry to go do the extra route? Stop worrying about what everybody else does. Do your job. And I deal with that regularly. Who's doing the extras on the, I gotta go back out. I never dealt with so many, buddy. If one of you is my truck driver coworker, don't think it's pointed at you, but man, there's so many man bitches, and we call them Mitches, just complaining. I gotta go deliver mail to a station. I said, well, damn, ain't that our job? Ain't that our job? Well, can't you go ask? No, I asked you. So what's the issue behind that? Nonetheless, back to the management aspect of it. I want you guys to take a look at what I saw, and why hasn't this been shared with more people? And I'll tell you why. Because the uppers do not want you to see this. They don't want you to see this. Why? because this is the game changer. Let's take a look.
Now, why exactly has nobody told us about this? I didn't know this thing existed until a few days ago. You see it. This is one of the things that I can speculate, but I don't know how long I'm gonna keep this up. So you guys may want to try to get this information some way, somehow, and try to save it for yourself, because ooh-wee, this right here is damn near the game changer that all of management does not want you to see. Now, it should never be a problem, because there should never, ever be a situation where there is an abusive supervisor. Never should happen, which kind of makes me wonder, why have we never seen this worksheet? Now, somebody may have seen it, but I guarantee you, there's far few and in between that have seen this worksheet. So, hey, there is one. Where did I get it from? I'm not at liberty to say. Can one of you guys find this and share that information? Sure, I'm sure one of you guys can. But look at this. Do I need to really explain it? I mean, an abusive supervisor incident worksheet. How does this thing work? From what I'm told, it's something that you fill out, and if there are enough of these filed against an individual, being that supervisors and managers really can't get fired, they take this stuff and then they address it accordingly. They bring it up to the higher ups, and that individual will be eventually moved, because they can't get fired, from one station to another or one plant to another. Please, somebody give me the information that's necessary. Again, this might be the game changer. This might be the game changer.
Now, if that didn't intrigue anybody, Lord knows what could have. But how does it work? From what I'm told, there has to be enough that's been put together. It has to be passed on to the union. The union has to file accordingly. And if it gets to the right people, the OIG, the Office of Inspector General, does an internal investigation on the situation. That's all I know. I don't know more about that. There's going to be some questions about this, but that's all I know. And why hasn't your union told you about it? Because your union probably doesn't know. But it does exist. These forms are everywhere and they do exist. So what else do we have in here before we continue on? We have what we call the hero. Hero is where you start building your profile so that you do courses and little classes and get little badges and certificates so that you can, eventually step up and say you're ahead of the game. And when you do decide that you want to replace some of the bad management that we have, you make sure that you're armed with the information that's necessary in order to move forward. And it's really important to always educate yourself. I said that in my last video. Educate yourself the best you can. Instead of watching a ton of TikTok videos, take about 10 minutes and take a class. It only takes, maybe 15 minutes to take one of those quick courses on Hero. Build your profile up. Learn a little bit more. Take and watch some of that information that they're sharing with us, because they are giving us information that can help us move forward and become the future managers. See, if you got a ton of bad managers and then you have replacements, you slowly plant the seed of goodness. Everybody complains there's no way to change it. There has to be a start. There has to be a start. Maybe it could be you. You zimmy? This is JH, and I hope the hidden gem is beneficial, because it shocked the hell out of me. This is JH, and we out.